Well, first of all, I thought our coaching staff did a really good job of preparing our kids. We had a lot to play for. We had our seniors. We had a dedication game. We talked all week about dedicating the game to somebody else and bringing them into our family. They had a shirt on underneath that they wrote on a marker who they wanted to bring into the family, into our football family. And obviously it was a top 15 team in the country, and it would put us bowl eligible for our first 3 years here. And there was a lot of motivation for us, a lot to play for. And certainly we were fortunate that we had our home crowd. But Ole Miss is a really good football team. They turned it over 3 times and we didn't. But I'm really proud of our kids. I'm proud to be bowl eligible. Obviously, we've got another game next week against a fine Missouri team, but man, it's nice to have KJ back. We weren't real clean on the first 2 scoring drives, but he made us clean because of his athleticism. And you can say a lot of different things about a lot of different guys, Rocket obviously, but our defense bent a lot. They had a lot of yards. A lot of it was after we was up 42-6, but they didn't break. And obviously when you can be up 42-6, the defense has played really well, and just really happy. And so I'll be quiet and let you ask me some questions.
Sam, Rocket had a little over 100 yards the last 2 games, combined. What do you think was the difference? He obviously looked like his old self in breaking tackles.
Well, yeah, he was, Bob. I just think, any running back that carries the ball for 100, 150 yards, they've got to have a break. They've got to have 1 or 2 most of the time. They've got to have 1 or 2 that'll be a 30, 40-yard pop. And certainly that's what he got tonight. When that happens, it's like anything confidence-wise. If you break 1 or 2, then that probably helps you break a tackle. You know what I mean? It might help your vision. You're excited. But he played extremely well. I thought our line did a nice job of blocking up there for him until, they knew we weren't going to throw the football there, in the fourth quarter. And we had a hard time because they had more in the box. But I thought he played exceptionally well, ran hard.
He gets a 50-yard touchdown call back because they called holding on Hazelwood. Then 2 plays later, he scores. What does that say about the kind of night the guys have?
Well, I think that was really big because, a lot of times you get a run like that and then it gets called back for holding, and then you miss a field goal, you sack, you're not in field goal range. And our kids in 2 plays, blocked it up and went back and scored. And I thought that was really big. I think this was our first really this year complete game. It was a complete game. And but I think it says a lot about our team. We were focused, ready to go, and our coaches did a great job of getting them ready.
Were you surprised that KJ was able to throw the ball that well early, given his injury? And is he 100% now, or?
What'd you think? He looked pretty good, didn't he?
He did.
I was not surprised. He had no medication or anything like that this week. We made the decision last week because of the week before. He hadn't practiced, and I think we just would have put him in that cycle of non-practice, give it up for the team. And he would have done it, but we felt like if we get him back, and because our defense has been playing better, and because they're healthier as well too, we felt like we could come and maybe do what we did tonight. And but it was about his health too. But no, I wasn't, because he's been throwing it really well in practice.
Where did you see improvement along the offensive line, and just what went into getting them ready this week after a disappointing couple?
Yeah, well, the biggest improvement is KJ Jefferson, to be perfectly honest with you. When you have a guy behind you like that, it builds confidence in you. When you have a runner, a big runner that can physically run over people and things like that. I mean, on the draw play, they all came inside and he kind of cut outside for, I don't know what it was, 20, 30 yards. And then I believe it was Lander's first touchdown right after that. When you have a guy back there that can break tackles and make things happen, I think you play a little bit better, to be honest with you.
I think your first handful of runs tonight really didn't get much. No. Was there an adjustment made or just a matter of the team blocking it up better, or what did you think?
No, well, no, Cody, we had talked about it no, the very first play, we figured out what they were going to do, and they were going to back here. They were going to plug, away from the back. And then after that didn't work, they're going to plug away from back and twist the backside. And those are good stunts when you're running inside. I suggested that we toss the ball outside. We toss or run, pin and pull, try to get the ball outside a little bit more. And then once we loosen them up a little bit with the throw and the outside threat, then I think our kids kind of figured out what they were doing and blocked them up.
And Ole Miss had a couple of touchdowns called back by holding penalties. Yeah. How much do you think that maybe helped the defense's confidence, those plays?
Well, I think it was big, the officials did a really nice job, I thought. But I think those were two really big plays of the game.
Sam, Rocket obviously stole the show, but your first two scores, Landers made a couple really nice catches, one in traffic, the other over the shoulder.
He got rocked on the first one, he got hit. And then the second one where it was, those are hard. Brad's probably caught a few whenever he was in college, but those are hard over the top and to the left, and or Baz. What I say, Brad? And those are hard to catch, and those were two great catches. Now it was a great throw by KJ. Well, both of them, but the one that was outside over the top, that's only him and nobody else.
Do y'all see Landers make those kind of catches like behind closed doors? Like during the week?
Do we see him catch those kind of balls?
Yeah.
Quite a bit. I mean, especially, I tell you, Landers has just gotten better over the second half of the season. He's got a lot more confidence and got a lot better.
Sam,
I'm just smiling at my wife. I'm usually gloom and doom. I mean, the last 2 weeks.
Hey, Sam, did you bring out Larry the bowling ball?
We did. Yeah, we got a new carry case for him. I think it's an 80s vintage, and Pat Doherty brought him in the carrying case, and we put him out. We kind of shined him up a little bit. By the way, we've had him available for a couple of weeks. He looked hungry when he got out of there, but he was shined up, looked good. And we did bring him out. Yeah.
You guys roll him down like you did last year?
Absolutely. Except this year, Nichols he was in the middle of both lines, and he was giving me a target, where to roll it through there. Did pretty good job still.
And obviously, you obviously want to win at Missouri no matter what, but the fact that you're bowl eligible and you're not, I think if they beat New Mexico State, they're trying to get bowl eligible too. But how good is it to have that, I guess, that pressure off or that burden lifted or whatever you want to call it?
I think it's big, and I've got some heck, because I said one of our goals is to go bowling, and one of our goals is to go to a bowl, because you can go to the Fiesta, the Liberty, the Cotton, there's a lot of bowls. I didn't say what bowl. I just said we want to go to a bowl, and obviously we want to go to the best possible bowl we can go to, and more wins, the better the better possibility of bowls you get more. And so we want to, obviously Missouri's a rival of us, and they're playing really good ball, but so are we, so I'm sure it'll be a great game.
This is the last time Bumper played in this stadium. Just what did he mean to y'all, and how special is it to send him out like this?
A lot of guys don't know that you know, how beat up Bumper's been all year. Bad. You know, he's sore, he's hurt, and he just continues to keep coming back and playing. Now we're limiting him a little bit more, you know, and trying to take a little bit of the pressure, the pounding off of him and things. But he's really toughed out the last probably 6 weeks that a lot of guys wouldn't even play, and he's out there buzzing his butt. So to answer your question, to come back, and then I think there's some things he probably wouldn't talk about it. Maybe he has, but the record was a big deal. But also, I think he wanted to be a captain, you know, and he hadn't been, and I think that was a big deal for him. It would be, I'm sure it is for everybody.
Sam, do you feel like after playing last week in the cold that you guys were prepared for it tonight?
Yeah, I think so. And again, our defense played exceptional last week, I thought. But yes, to answer your question, and we practiced in it all week, and yes, I think that helps us. You know, I don't know what temperature it was at Mississippi or what they did or what Lane and them did, but yeah, I think it did. Especially, you know, we caught the ball well, we hung on to the ball well, we threw the ball well. Those are the things that cold bothers, and man, it didn't look like it bothered us tonight.
Sam, you're up 35. You're up 35-6 over an SEC team in the first. I mean, how good was that first half from all phases?
It was great, you know. And then I think, what did we score? 14 there right at the 4-minute mark of the second quarter, you know, left in the second quarter. And, you know, Drew picked the pass, and then we went down and scored with 5 seconds to put it up 35-6. And then we come out and have 2 plays and go up 42-6. And that was, you know, pretty much ball game at that point. But to come in here at 35-6, the only time we've ever done that since I've been here, I think we're up 42 or 45-0 over Little Rock against Pine Bluff. But we haven't done anything like that against the SEC opponent, and give them credit too. They came back and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it felt great. And a coach, you worry about, you know, you worry about everything. And you worry about, well, we're going to come out and play the next second half, and we went down 2 scores and took 35-42. But those 2 right before half were huge.
Yeah, how big was Rockets' run there? I saw at halftime, you said we got a score coming out of half, and then he takes it 68, you know?
Yeah, that was good. I mean, and the one thing about it is he was running down the middle. He saw the guy on the right, and he kind of dipped on him and then ran away from him, ran to the outside. I thought that was really good. Jimmy must have really taught him how to do that, you know. I'm teasing. That's all natural right there.
Thanks, Coach.
Well, thank you.